against Newcastle United. So yes, we are playing again tomorrow, a Wednesday fixture, midweek fixture. When last did we have a midweek fixture? So it's here and it's up and running, until then we play Aston Villa on the 15th. So that means we are going to have to wait quite some time until we play Aston Villa. So after that, um, we'll have to see what happens with Manchester United. So I'm going to start off with a Q&A today for tomorrow's game. So yes, Manchester United are looking to extend their position on the table. They're third right now and level on points with Aston Villa, so they are going to look to get further up top on the table. So let's see what they can do. Right, so let's sort it out here and let's say Newcastle versus Man United prediction. Newcastle versus Man United prediction. Right, there we go. We're going to set it up, and that's the Q&A for today. You let me know what your thoughts are. So it's happening. Um, and today we're going to be talking about Michael Carrick's press conference as well. He had a presser. It's only been a matter of a few days since we last saw Manchester United play football. And yes, it was Sunday, and here we are once again, Tuesday, talking about Manchester United once again, which is good, which is good for the supporters, for us supporters, because we get to watch football again, with our own team. So let's see what happens with Manchester United taking on Newcastle United once again. So obviously the reverse fixture. And the first fixture we were playing under Ruben Amorim, and we won against Newcastle United. So can we do the double? Can Michael Carrick do the double against Newcastle United? That's the question. So hopefully it can be done. Michael Carrick is on form right now at Manchester United. So it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting to see if he can actually do it, against a Newcastle United who aren't on form right now. They United capitalize on Newcastle not having a good home record. And we have to do it, we have to do it because we ourselves have been on form and we have to maintain it. We can't. I'm really, really much excited, and I know Newcastle United can turn a gear on you. So we have to make sure that we are ready, we are prepared, we are physically prepared, because it's a game being played under a short span as well. So we've had a lot of day offs as well as a team. So it's going to be interesting. Um, Good evening to everybody that has joined now. Guys, please don't forget to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and follow the community. Manchester United versus Newcastle United, that is. So, what do you think the predictions will be between Newcastle versus Manchester United? That is obviously taking place tomorrow, and it's going to be interesting with Manchester United third on the log, you know. So let's have a chat on what Michael Carrick was talking about in the press conference as well. So he spoke about Harry Maguire. Obviously, Harry Maguire and Luke Shaw were walked off against Crystal Palace. So it looks like they've suffered a sort of knock, apparently an eel from Michael Carrick. That is what he said. So we might be without Harry Maguire as well as Luke Shaw. We're still yet to find out. We're still yet to find out if we're going to be without the likes of Harry Maguire as well as Luke Shaw. Right, guys. Good evening to anybody that just joined the channel. You know, the live show. We are talking about Manchester United versus Newcastle United as we are looking to extend our points, you know, being third on the log, and we are obviously trying to get away from the likes of Aston Villa right now because we are both linked with 51 points, and it'll be good for Manchester United to go out there, beat Newcastle, and then go against Aston Villa and win. So it's important that we can do that. We can go to Aston Villa and beat them. So it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to see what happens. So we have to start off by winning against Newcastle. You know, that's what matters. You know, and if you just joined the channel, don't forget to subscribe. So I'm excited to see what the team has in store, and can they maintain with the consistency? You know, can we go unbeaten? We are still the only team that's unbeaten in the Premier League in 2026. So that's interesting. You know, we're the most on form team right now. And tomorrow, this is going to be a big test for Michael Carrick's Manchester United. All right, guys, if you just joined, please don't forget to subscribe. Hit that like button as well. You know, and yeah, drop down a comment. Let me know what your thoughts are on the game between Newcastle United versus Manchester United. You know, so we are trying to get the double against Eddie Howe's men. So hopefully that can be done, guys. And I mean, Newcastle are what, 13th on the log? So that's going to be interesting. Yes, it's going to be interesting to see if Cisco scores. Adav says 2-1, Cisco winner. I mean, Cisco has been he's been saving us a lot. You know, he's been rescuing us a lot this season, especially under Michael Carrick, which is good. It's good to have a striker of that sort of caliber, you know, such as of Benjamin Sesko, because these guys you can rely on, you know, coming off the bench or starting for you, like we saw against Everton. I mean, against Crystal Palace, that is. Benjamin Sesko started, wasn't so good in the first half, but second half, he got the chance, he got the breakthrough, and got that goal for Manchester United. Brilliant cross by Bruno Fernandes as well. So we're looking decent there, you know. But yes, like I was saying, Michael Carrick was talking about Harry Maguire. We don't know if he's going to start. No, we could have a Aiden Heaven starting tomorrow. So a partnership of Aiden Heaven as well as Lenny Yoro, you know, Luke Shaw could be out. And I'm not sure if he's going to be starting with Mazraoui, you know, but I've got him in my team predictions with Mazraoui starting ahead of Luke Shaw. So I see the two fullbacks in Diogo Dallo as well as Mazraoui. And then with the two centre backs of Lenny Yoro as well as Maguire, I see. So I don't think Aiden Heaven will play unless he comes off the bench. But I do see Harry Maguire starting. That's my predictions for the back four. King Brokang says Man United forever. Man United forever, my brother GGMU. Hopefully we can win tomorrow versus Newcastle United. It's going to be interesting, guys. You know, I don't know if this game has come too soon for me, but we'll see what happens. You know, we have to get used to it, and I feel like it's going to give off that Champions League sort of atmosphere. You know, playing on a Wednesday, midweek game. So we haven't done that in a long time. It's going to give off that sort of atmosphere, Champions League game, and it's a must-win for Manchester United. Newcastle will attack from the first minute. The winning streak is over for Carrick, says Lion Tao. I don't know. I don't know. Anything is possible because against Crystal Palace, we did concede early. We conceded in the fourth minute. So hopefully that's not the case against Newcastle United. If we can prevent goals, keep clean sheets, that's even better for us, especially in the form that we're in right now. But I'm not worried. When we do concede, we tend to score as well. So it's not like we sit back. We are a team that enjoys attacking nowadays. You can see until the last minute, we go for it. And like I said, having players like Benjamin Sesko, these guys, keep you assured and you feel just comfortable knowing that you have somebody like Benjamin Sesko, Brian Mbuemo, Matheus Cunha up front. So we're looking decent. But it's going to be a big test. It's going to be a big test for Manchester United. St. James Park is the best atmosphere. You should be worried. Definitely, big stadium. Um, it's going to be tense because Newcastle are going to look to obviously get back, and they haven't been on a good run. So looking at Manchester United at home, they are going to want to get all 3 points. That's what I know. So we have to make sure that we stay level-headed, we stay um, consistent, and go out with 3 points. Might it be a lot that we're asking from Manchester United? I don't know. I don't know if it's a lot that we're asking for from Michael Carrick to go on and get another win in a matter of a few days, but these are professional footballers, so it has to happen. Um, can you shout out to Yassine, please? Leila Begum. Shout out Yassine. Shout out to Yassine, GGMU guys. If you just joined the channel, don't forget to subscribe, hit that sub button. Don't forget to like as well. Team has to stay hungry, says Michael Carrick. The team has to stay hungry. So that's what needs to happen. We need to wake up from the last game. Whatever happened with Crystal Palace happened with Crystal Palace. Now we have to focus and switch on to Newcastle United. That's what needs to happen with Manchester United. We can't be still celebrating whatever happened over the weekend because it's only 24 hours till our next game. We have to make sure that we switched on for Newcastle United. It's a different day now for Manchester United. So hopefully things can come out positive once we face Newcastle United. So we have to remain hungry, and that's what Michael Carrick was saying in the presser. The players need to remain hungry. That's what needs to happen, especially if we're going to go out there next season and play more games, more weak games. We have to maintain the hunger in being able to play under a few days. So it's coming up, and it's like I said, it's Newcastle United, and then we play again on the 15th of March, which is only about 2 weeks from now. So it's going to be a long time until we watch Manchester United football again. So we have to embrace it, guys. We play Newcastle United, and we will see from there. So they better make sure that they give us the performance that they're supposed to be giving us. We want to see good football until we watch Manchester United again, because it's going to be a while. It's really going to be a while until we see Man United uh, Carrick football again. So make it count. You know what I mean? Um, Jordy, F1 says, "What's good, my bro? How are you?" I'm good, mate. Good to hear from you. I'm a Liverpool fan, but I'm impressed of what United has done. Carrick's definitely turning the wheel, says Leila Begum. That's true. That's 100% true. I'm also super impressed. You're chatting facts now. It's facts in the chats. Jordy F1 guy says, as a Newcastle fan, I'm gonna say 3-1 to Man U. Um, well, anything is possible, mate. Anything is possible, and I fear for Newcastle. They They are a very, very good team, so I fear them, and they've got like a lot of physicality as well. We need to make sure that we're out there, we're ready for a battle, against Newcastle, obviously away, not at Old Trafford. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. But 3-1 would break my heart, especially after the run that we've been in. Hopefully, that's not the case. All right, so would you take Rio Ngoma if he play? Lady says, would you take Rio Ngomoa if he didn't play for Liverpool Football Club? Um, I would. I definitely would. I rate Rio Ngomoa, so why not? Why not have him at Manchester United? But there's obviously still a lot to his game, so it's not like he would start at Manchester United right now. But having Rio Ngumoa would be good for squad depth, But yes, he needs game time, so I don't think I would take him right now. That is. The way Newcastle has been playing, they don't deserve the 3 points. But man, you on the other hand have had a better soon. So yes, Newcastle haven't been playing good. I don't recognize this sort of Newcastle right now, and I hope that they don't switch on again when they come to play Manchester United. I really, really hope that Michael Carrick can take advantage of the form that Newcastle United are in right now. Because yes, they are 13th on the table, so it's not looking good. They don't seem like they moving forward with Eddie Howe. I've been calling it, ever since the forms have dropped. I've been saying maybe get a new manager, change from Eddie Howe, because how long has he been there for? He's been there for the longest time now. I told myself maybe Newcastle United need a change. So let's see what happens. Maybe he can turn the season around. It's a lot of games out there. Hopefully the turnaround doesn't begin against Manchester United, that is. Dominic Soboslai or Bruno Fernandes, Leila Begum is asking, or Begum. I would say definitely Bruno Fernandes, and I hate the fact that people even compare the two. And big ups to Soboslai. What a great football player he is. Super signing. Um, he's also a natural number 8, if we're being honest. Apart from the positions he plays for Liverpool at times, but when they go head to head, obviously Bruno Fernandes. I mean, even Soboslai knows that Bruno Fernandes is better. I'm not even being biased, I'm just being honest. I would prefer Bruno Fernandes, but Soboslai does offer you a lot. So, and he's a good asset for Liverpool. It's ever since Isak went, they went downhill, but United will deserve the 3 points and not us also. I've subscribed. Shout out Jordy F1 guy for subscribing to the channel. Hopefully it can be a good game tomorrow, but we'll see what happens. We will see what happens. It's a scary time to be playing Manchester United right now because we're getting the results, no matter what, things are happening. Hopefully I'm not jinxing myself, but Manchester United are on form right now. That's what I have to say. And whenever I see players like Benjamin Sesko, and just I just know that okay, we're going to be getting goals here. That's how I'm feeling right now, and I expect a goal from Benjamin Sesko almost every game. It's the confidence that he's given the football club. It's the confidence that he's given the supporters as well. So it's it's going to be interesting, especially with Voltemade as well. Can he get back on form? Can he do something for Newcastle United in the second half of the season? Who knows? Who knows? It's going to be interesting. And obviously, it's going to be a good battle with the likes of Tonali as well in the middle of the park with Casemiro, Kobe Mainu. I don't know if Bruno Guimaraes is going to be fit, but it's going to be an interesting game. Um, no problem, no problem, guys. You can spam the chat with some questions or with your predictions as well. But yes, that's what's going to happen. Um, And then obviously Michael Carrick was asked about his managerial role come the end of the season. You know, I feel like they always ask him that every press conference. They have to ask what he feels like come the end of the season about his role as Manchester United coach. You know, I feel like that's such a stupid question, I would say, because it's all the time. You know, they don't give Michael Carrick a break. But well, there we go. Jordi F1 says Bruno Guimaraes won't be fit. But how will have Tonali, Joelinton, and Ramsey in the middle? If not, Ramsey will be Willock. So there we go. Very interesting. And maybe that's why Newcastle United aren't doing well because they don't have the likes of Bruno Guimaraes, you know? And Manchester United need to make advantage of that. So it's going to be interesting. It's really, really going to be interesting. But there's players there that can pull the strings for Newcastle United. So there are your certain individuals, but we have to make sure that we can deal with that. You know, my only concern is our back four changing with some players being injured. You know, like we don't have Lisandro Martinez now. We don't have Harry Maguire. He seems to be ill, along with Luke Shaw as well. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens, even though we shuffle that back four. Deshaun Riker says, let him breathe. I see a draw. Exactly. Exactly. You gotta let the guy breathe. Deshaun says, you gotta let the guy breathe, you know? Let Michael Carrick breathe. If he goes out there, catches that L, loses to Newcastle United, then so be it. Then he lost to Newcastle United. You know, what more can the guy do? He's been under a lot of pressure. He's been overachieving for Manchester United. We are sitting shoulder to shoulder with the likes of Manchester City, Aston Villa. So he's done, man. He's done a lot. You know what's wrong with a hiccup here and there. So I'm not hoping for obviously a loss, but if whatever happens, you know, aside from being a positive victory, then that's the case. So it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. Newcastle 2-3, Manchester United are just a team that are fragile in the defense, and United are a team that can harm that defense. Exactly, Benjamin Sesko is better than Gyökeres. All right, that's what Layla says. Deshant says Newcastle are drenched with oil money. Got to be careful. Jordy F1 says I'm gonna go anyway, bro. Take care and enjoy the game tomorrow. Take care, my brother Jordy F1. Um, but yeah, hopefully Manchester United win tomorrow. You know, 54 points. We win. Sorry, if we win, we get 54 points. We have 51 right now. Um, Newcastle 13th, you know, and tomorrow we get to watch Manchester United. We get the privilege to see Carrick ball, you know, and it's been amazing to watch Carrick ball. So hopefully the football is good tomorrow, you know, because the next time we watch Manchester United is only on the 15th of March. You know, 15th of March. We're talking about a fortnight from now almost. So it's going to be a long time. It's going to be a long time. Hopefully, Carrick has something to offer for us. You get me? So, and I really hope that Benjamin Sesko can get that form going. He can score another tomorrow, another 1-2 maybe. Bruno Fernandes gets his assists. You know, so the team keeps its charisma going. Hopefully that's the case for Manchester United. And there were also chats about the goalkeeping position in the box with players having the whole pushing and, you know, the whole shrugging in the box, which is obviously affecting goalkeepers and teams as well, you know. So the whole haram ball, Michael Carrick was asked about that, you know, whatever the likes of Everton were playing when it came to set pieces. I think Everton had 10 set pieces to our 0, I think it was. And Senny Lammens was struggling. He was struggling in his own box because players were just hovering him and having a whole stampede, all that in the box. So can you imagine? Referees need to take measures from there. So we need to stop that from happening. Luckily we have a giant of Sene Lamans who can go out there and actually fend for himself. He's dominant in the box. He knows how to control the box. So it's good to have a goalkeeper like that because it's becoming a thing now in the Premier League where goalkeepers are not safe because of players. You know, um, so yeah, like your Arsenals, your Evertons, they play the similar style of football. When it comes to set pieces, then goalkeepers are not safe. And Michael Carrick was asked about that. He said that things need to change. Things need to change for real. So luckily we have a goalkeeper who knows how to deal with that. And goalkeepers nowadays need to be trained for that as well. So it's a lot of change that is happening, but I honestly feel like the Premier League should have a look at that. They should change that sort of style of football because that's not football. It's very annoying, especially when it's being done against your team. You know, and teams need to play clean. That's how it needs to be. I don't know where they've gotten this whole idea of crowding the goalkeeper, making things uncomfortable for him. So it's just not it. And seeing it against Arsenal, against Everton it's just annoying. You know, but teams need to also know how to deal with it. Leila Begum says, would Carrick win United the league next season? Would Carrick win United the league next season? That's a very interesting question because some people think Michael Carrick could win Man United the league this season. But it depends also if Michael Carrick is still going to be manager of Manchester United next season. If the Glazers and Ineos are going to select Michael Carrick as the Manchester United manager, is he going to put pen to paper? Things that we have to consider. But if it does happen, Michael Carrick goes and wins the league, then wow, big ups to Michael Carrick. Um, will he win it? I feel like it's a bit too soon to call, but who knows? Anything is possible. Anything is possible. Carrick could league next season. So yeah, guys. Manchester United, Newcastle United. And let's see what happens. Let's see if Manchester United can go out there and collect all 3 points. Another away game, another game. I don't know how I feel about this one, but hopefully we can win it. Hopefully we can win this game against Newcastle. Okay, they really should because he is one of a kind, but if they let him go, it's back to life, back to reality settings. Exactly, exactly. So we have to make sure that Carrick is the one before we make any knee-jerk decisions. You've spoken about that a lot. We can't be making decisions overnight. We have to make sure that we are picking the right person to be in charge of Manchester United come next season. But I'm sure that Michael Carrick is gaining a lot of traction right now with the Manchester United support. Obviously, with the results, the results, the football, that speaks for itself. That speaks for itself. So we'll see if he carries on winning games and goes undefeated throughout his tenure at Manchester United, then that's what's happening with Manchester United. There's no way you can remove him. There's no way you can remove a guy who's being so good for your football club. He has right now. He tests you to the limit. Exactly. Um, And the thing with Michael Carrick is the fact that he's not even trying too hard. You can see that he's not trying too hard, playing a simple formation, simple system, and the players are just doing it. They're just doing it for him, and it's not anything too difficult. He's still using um, the likes of Amorim players, the players that Amorim inherited. So he hasn't even signed anybody yet, and the team is still the same from that one of Ruben Amorim. So it's just how Michael Carrick is. So imagine him actually playing with a team that has his own players as well, players that he would like to have within the squad, maybe new fullbacks as well, that new number six. We got to think about that. So a lot could happen, with having Michael Carrick or without having Michael Carrick. But whoever it is, we have to carry on with the sort of form that we have right now. It's important for that to happen. Um, Red cards, set pieces, throw-ins, and goals being chalked off. The Premier League this season is VAR useless for red cards this season. I feel so. I feel like VR has been quite useless. They still got an issue. They've always had an issue with calls. I don't know what the PGMO is doing. So honestly, they like the one against Crystal Palace. I wouldn't say it was a red card. On Lacroix and Matheus Cunha. Would you call that a red card? I don't know if it was a setting where Matheus Cunha was through on goal there. So a lot is questionable. Was Matheus Cunha even fouled inside the box? You know, and calls have just been quite of a concern as always. But it's always going to be like that with VAR. So that's an interesting question. Um, so yes, guys, a late game tomorrow against Newcastle United. So that's the information that I have for you. So we also have the likes of Patrick Dogu out injured, as well as Mason Mount still he's out, and then there's the whole concern for Harry Maguire as well as Luke Shaw. So we yet to find out about that, but I'm pretty sure, like I'm saying, the biggest speculation right now would be, will Benjamin Sesko start for Manchester United? Or will Michael Carrick decide to keep him on the bench and obviously have Amad Diallo play as well as Brian Mbuemo up front as the number 9? But I doubt that Michael Carrick would even do that. I really hope so. I really, really hope so, because Benjamin Sesko has been on form. It's like we found a way of actually getting to crack him open, to actually get that Benjamin Sesko that we know of. And the main idea here, what's really happening is it's the fact that we have Bruno Fernandes as that 10. Having Bruno play in as a 10, as the number 10 role is doing a lot for us. Benjamin Sesko is having the right service that he needs, with Bruno Fernandes playing in his natural position. And that's been something that has been a big change for Manchester United, and a big positive as well. It's having players play in their natural position. So that's what we're seeing right now. That's why we're seeing the likes of Benjamin Sesko flourishing, Benjamin Sesko scoring goals. That's because he's playing in the right position. So don't change that. Keep it as it is. We've got one of the best strikers in the league, the best number 10 in the league as well. So what can go wrong? We have the right formula. So guys, if you just joined the channel, please, and if you haven't subscribed, don't forget to subscribe, hit that like button. Thank you for joining the live show, and we will be on again tomorrow. So guys, don't forget to tune in, and